experience. I was scared for her, but I knew I wanted to do all that I possibly could. And granted, Vatesha, we were, probably 13 hours away from each other. But we talked almost, daily.
We talked 2-3 times a day.
Yeah, we cried together.
Yes.
I love hearing that. I want to thank you for sharing your testimony, and also for just being a warrior, being a sister that stands by her sister and says, "We got this." So thank you for sharing your testimony and for being a listener tonight. I want to thank you.
Yeah, when we did have that first conversation, I think my motto was her. I was like, one and done. I was like,
one and done.
We're gonna go through this, and you're done.
Okay.
We're gonna be done.
So
with cancer.
What's the meaning of one and done, Tisha?
That we're gonna go through this cancer journey one time, and that's it. One and done. We're going to get this done one time, and that was it. And not only that motto, but with my Aunt Tammy, whenever we would talk, we would always say frog to each other. Fully rely on God, and that also got me. And that was another acronym that got me through too. So whenever we would hang up, we would say frog. And whenever I would talk with Mila, one and done. And those two things gave me that strength and that mindset. Okay, this is it. You got one time and one and done.
I like that, Mila. You need to make a T-shirt that says one and done.
All right, Mila.
That's what's good. Yeah.
Well, actually, we have a childhood friend, Wanda, that is good with making. She makes some of our T-shirts. So, Wanda, if you're listening, we need a one and done shirt.
Let me take another caller. We had many. Sorry for all those that I don't get to tonight, but I want to thank you for being active listeners. Our featured guest tonight, if you're just chiming in, Vatesha Bouler, breast cancer survivor and co-author of This Book Is Just Phenomenal, best-selling book, Beyond Her Reflection. And Auntie is Miss Woodard. She's the author, and Tisha's the co-author. I've got another caller that I opened up the line to, and the area code is 803. Last four digits are 0077. What's your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is Wanda Thompson. I'm calling from Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay, Miss Wanda. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So are you related to Miss Tisha, friend, sorority sister?
I am a family friend of Vatesha.
Okay,
she's like my auntie, too. Hi, Aunt Wanda.
Hi, Tisha.
Okay, thank you, Miss Wanda, for calling in. Is there anything that you would like to share with our listeners tonight regarding your needs?
I've known Vatesha for quite some time. She is my sister-in-law's niece, so I feel like a close family member. She calls me auntie, so I really appreciate that. She's a beautiful young lady, and I've been watching her journey, and I'm very proud of you, Tisha. Very proud.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for calling in. And I'm going to bring in Mom, because Mom is your rock, and I want to hear from the both of you, Tisha. You both can chime in off of each other.
Okay.
Miss Young, are you there with me,
Yes.
Mama? Okay.
I'm here.
So you've been hearing some of, the other audience members that have been talking about your daughter and her testimony. What would you say to all of this and currently where your daughter is in our current state?
I thank God that I, not boasting, but I raised her to trust God. And once you put God first, everything should automatically line up. If he's leading you and he's guiding you, we can't go wrong.
I like
and
that.
she has applied that to her life. And I thank God that he brought her to this. He has taken her through it. And now she's taking the opportunity to lead and guide other ladies through this journey.
Thank you.
And everyone that had an impact on her life during this trial, I thank God for them. He put the right people in the right place. And me as a mom, being so far from her, she's in Maryland, I'm in South Carolina, I couldn't have asked for a better, as you say, camp of people.
Yes.
I couldn't have asked for more.
Yeah, your daughter.
When I tell you God showed up and he has shown out, and I appreciate everything he has done for her.
That's right, and you should be boasting. You should be proud of her. She's an amazing woman. Even the impact that she's made on me. And Tisha, how long have we known each other now?
About a little over a month now?
That's it. That's exactly
yeah.
right. And within that short period of time, Ms. Young, I'll have to tell you, your daughter has been an amazing light in my life. Like, we met on Instagram. We continue to support each other on the page. She called into the show when the ladies from For the Rest of Us were on my podcast. And she has some beautiful insight. And then from there, I just continue to build with her. And then, yes, I had an illumination to say, Tisha, you got to be on my show too. And she was super happy to do it. And so we're just picking up all the women tonight. If you are a breast cancer survivor or if you are going through, this is definitely the month to shine. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And please remember that you are not alone in this fight. There are support groups for you. You can always go to cancer.org. That is the American Breast Cancer Society. They have tons of information. And just like Tisha said, she's a featured cancer survivor that's on For the Rest of Us. That website is super important if you are a woman of color and you want to know stats, statistics, resources, and how you can even be a model for these ladies. You don't have to be a supermodel to be a model. It's just called being a model citizen and fighting this good fight. And these ladies will be happy to feature you on their website and even show you support if you reach out to them. So, Tisha, tell me about your connection with For the Rest of Us and how you got featured on the site.
I found them on Instagram, and I did some research on their website, and I was like, wow, they were doing some great work for women of color because there's not a lot of websites and online support groups out there for women like us. And so I connected with one of the founders, Marissa Thomas, and we just clicked. And we just got to talking via Instagram, and we exchanged numbers, and it just went on from there. So they are a great resource for women of color that are, again, going through breast cancer or have battled the disease. You don't have to be diagnosed with the disease currently. Even if you have already done your journey, they have great resources for you to be able to take a part of, and they're just doing some awesome things out there. And I'm just appreciative that I was able to get and be connected with them.
I like that. And your beautiful smile and picture that they have on the site, I think that was amazing. And so we're getting into the last 5 minutes of the show. So let's close this up, and I'm going to open up the mic for Mom and also Miss Woodard I'm going to open up the mic. You guys will be in with Tisha so we can all talk. And I want to hear first from Ms. Woodard and then from Ms. Young your final thoughts for this evening. And let's be brief. But Ms. Woodard, your final thoughts and what word of encouragement would you give those that are listening tonight?
My final thought is that sometimes when things happen to us, we feel that, it's a curse or it's a bad thing. But sometimes God brings, I would say, what we consider negative things so that he can use us for his glory.
Right.
So what I would say to any other woman that may be out there that may be impacted by breast cancer is to look for the message in the storm. Don't focus on the problem. Focus on the promise that's going to be at the end. Never give up hope and always have faith. And just like I told Tisha, fully rely on God. Fraud.
That's right.
Fraud. So that's my final thought.
Thank you, Ms. Woodard, and thank you for being on the show tonight. This is Ms. Woodard.
You're welcome.
She is the author of this best-selling badass book, Beyond Her Reflection. And Tisha, before we get into the final thought from Mama, where can they find this book and where can they purchase the book?
The book can be purchased if you would like an autographed copy of the book. You can go to paypal.me/Vatesha, V as in Victor, ATESHABHR.
Okay.
And I am
for those who are not not the autograph, but are you on Amazon or where else?
We are also on Amazon as well.
Okay. So do they all they got to do is type in
your title, Beyond Her Reflections, and they should be able to purchase the book.
Awesome. So Miss Young, this is Mama Queen B of the Castle. If you had a final thought for tonight to share with those that are listening, being a mother, and if there are other mothers out there that you could give a word of encouragement, what would that be?
When something of this magnitude comes upon your life, you have to get out of your motherly flesh, especially when it's your own child that has the challenge. We have to step back as mom and allow God to take the reins. And as he leads you, you follow. We have to trust him and knowing that he is the one. He made these bodies. He knows what it's going to take to get these bodies back to the point where we can function in life. Trust him every step of the way. You may get weak through this trial, but never let your child see you at your weakest point, because their strength is your strength. Your strength is their strength. If they see you weak, then they will lose the will to fight. You be strong for them. I had to fight for her in order for her to fight for herself.
Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much, and thank you for being on the show today. I'm going to take this time to allow Tisha. Tisha, you are my featured guest, breast cancer survivor of 5 years, co-author of the badass best-selling book, Beyond Her Reflection. If you have something to share with others tonight, your final thoughts for this evening.
Well, first, I want to, again, thank you, Ty, for allowing me to come on your show tonight and to share my journey and I want to thank everyone that has come on, that has been listening, who has chimed in. You have no idea how much I am appreciative of you. I love you all so much. For those that are listening that are battling breast cancer, you're in the fight of your life, you are more than welcome to reach out to me. I will be there for you as support. My social media